Obviously, with AI, technology, all that kind of thing these days, customers want to be updated more regularly and not just via phone call. They want SMS, emails, all that kind of thing. So there's definitely a growing pressure to deliver on that, but also in terms of compliance, there's a massive eye on that in insurance as well. So what we've done is we've made a product with a fully backed Australian warranty that we install and supply. And that supports the preventative maintenance piece that a lot of insurers are going towards, which is fantastic.
Welcome to another episode of AiNextra Podcast. Today, we are thrilled to have Daniel Mureddu, if I'm pronouncing correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. That's spot on.
From SHBR, a leader in construction industry, specifically insurance builder and restoration sector. With his extensive experience, Daniel brings a unique perspective on navigating the complexities of large-scale projects from infrastructure to commercial developments. We will be diving into how SHBR is leveraging innovation to tackle industry challenges and drive efficiency. Daniel, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So I would like to tap into your expertise and discuss the latest trends and insights in the industry. First, could you share a bit about your journey? What led you to your current role as the National Partnerships Manager at SHBR? Just, basically give us a quick overview from yourself. And I saw you work at IBM as well, so that was fantastic. But that would be great.
Yeah, so look, I started my career in, I suppose, banking and financial services, and I, like many others, fell into the realm of insurance. Way back when, I was a qualified electrician, and when I was really young, making myself sound old here. But, fell into insurance, and I think it was 2018-19. I worked in loss adjusting, and sort of saw that side of insurance, so to speak, and then fast forward to present dates, I've landed in insurance building with SHBR. So insurance is a huge industry, but it's also very small. So you've got obviously insurers, underwriters, brokers, loss adjusters, and insurance builders, and all work together essentially throughout the sort of insurance or claim life cycle to provide service to customers. SHBR is a great company. We've sort of doubled in size over the past 12 months, and we're doing some exciting stuff in terms of not just the day-to-day service we provide insurers, but also in preventative maintenance and things like that. So it's been a really cool journey. It's been 7-8 years now that I've been in the industry, and I've been with SHBR probably for just over a year, but I've known of them for my entire time because they've been around for 35 years in the industry.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Cool. I think now we have a better sense of your background and current work. Let's dive deeper into your expertise. Can you share something like some insights on the major shifts you're seeing in industry at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. In insurance repairs, I guess what's changed, from my opinion, even over the last 5 years, there's a real emphasis on essentially speed and transparency and communication. The insurers are looking for, essentially to close claims quicker, the turnarounds in terms of repairs. Obviously, with AI, technology, all that kind of thing these days, customers want to be updated more regularly and not just via phone call. They want SMS, emails, all that kind of thing. So there's definitely a growing pressure to deliver on that, but also in terms of compliance, there's a massive eye on that in insurance as well. So it's changed the way we work, I think for the positive and for the better. Instead of just, let's say 5, 10, 15 years ago, you go out, you do the repair, good job and move on. You're definitely more connected with the insurer and the customer now. You've got more touch points. There's more complexities as well that comes with that. But we see it as a positive, and it's something we've sort of evolved with in our business to deliver and meet the expectations, but also keep that high quality of service. So, that's sort of where things have, I see the major shifts.
Nice, perfect. So on that point, how has the increasing adoption of AI and automation impact SHBR? Can you Collaborate on that.
It looked really positively. So we have our own app, so to speak, that we use for MakeSafe. So the reason we brought on the app is to be able to respond and attend MakeSafe better. So a MakeSafe is essentially an emergency repair that needs to be done, and we get the notification from the insurer. So typically in an insurance builder, you'd get an email or a notification of some sort, and you have to action that. Now, our app allows us to get that notification across mobile phones, computers, and allows us to respond straight away. So that automation has really helped our business in terms of responsiveness and service, but also AI. So we use AI in your business like most people would. It's just made us more efficient, right? So we're very sort of human centric, so to speak. We still believe in personal touch, that sort of communication, 100%. But we use AI to streamline processes, efficiencies, all that kind of stuff. The little bits and pieces that could be saving our people time, we've sort of brought in AI, and that's prevalent in our application as well. It helps us record data better. It helps us essentially in everything we do be more efficient. So a lot of people see AI as taking their job and things like that. We definitely don't see it that way. We see it as an enhancement and definitely a great tool we can use and something we've really adopted, I guess, since it's come out.
Nice, perfect. So, what's working well for you right now, and what's been frustrating? Maybe for
Yeah.
you or SHBR. I mean, if you have I'm assuming you have.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I think what's working well for us right now is there's been a real shift in the industry with, I guess, everything that's changed. And it used to be bigger was better. So there was I think previously there was a real sort of push to go for your bigger insurance builder who had the most people, who could do the most. Now it's sort of moved to that compliance, quality, customer service, I guess, view. So what we're sort of seeing is we're not the smallest, but we're not the biggest. We're sort of, I suppose, in between. So we're seeing a real want and need for an insurance builder that's not necessarily the biggest, but they can provide the service, meet compliance, really work for the insurer and the customer. So that's working really well for us because that's our bread and butter. We're very hands-on with how we work with our insurance partners and their customers. We always want to provide a great service. We're always willing to take on feedback. Something big in the insurance industry right now is preventative maintenance. We've jumped on that not bandwagon, so to speak, but we've definitely jumped on that, and we support our insurers in that. So we actually make and endorse a product that supports that preventative maintenance. So we make a no-burst flexi hose, because that is costing the insurance industry $1.2 billion a year. So what we've done is we've made a product with a fully backed Australian warranty that we install and supply. And that supports the preventative maintenance piece that a lot of insurers are going towards, which is fantastic. On the frustrating side, look, I wouldn't call it frustrating per se. I just think as things have changed and times have evolved, certain things are still catching up. So when we look at the supply chain in our industry, when you look at sort of job volumes, shortages and price volatility, they're sort of, I think, three key areas that are moving along and we are addressing them, but they're not perfect yet. I think, when we look at price volatility, construction prices, I think over the last 3 to 5 years, probably increased 30%, if not more. We often work with set rates with insurers. Have they progressed where they should be? Maybe, maybe not. I think there's still a little bit of work to do with that. And I think, a flow-on effect from that is trade shortages. Trade prices, or the trades we work with have, their prices have gone up. So it's not as easy as engaging them anymore and, saying, hey, this is the set rates, this is what we work to. They've obviously got, private domestic, commercial, industrial work that they do. So it's definitely made it more competitive for trades and the trades that want to do insurance work. So obviously they want, they've got families to feed and things like that. So that, I don't know if it's a frustration, but that's definitely a challenge I think all insurance builders, not just us, are seeing and we're working through. Luckily for us, we've got an excellent trade base, not to mention in-house trades, which are increasing to be more competitive on price and work with our insurance partners better. But it is something, I guess, that's prominent in the industry at the moment that we're working through.
Perfect. So on that point, which metrics are you most focused on improving? And let's say if you have the magic wand and you wanted to, solve one major, a couple of challenges and you just want to tackle the best, the top one, what would that be?
So I think the key metrics is probably three. There's claim life, so reducing that as much as possible. The second one will be repair time, so reducing that. And the third one, everyone says they're amazing at it, but they're not. You can always improve is customer satisfaction. So we pride ourselves on those three metrics. And if you could put one at the top, I personally think it'd be repair time because it has a direct impact on both of those. Excuse
And
me. So we've got claim life, so the entire claim life from the claim, essentially, we'll say lodgement or received to closure. We've got repair time and then customer satisfaction or feedback. So the top one of those two would be repair time, in my opinion, because that impacts both claim life and customer satisfaction. Something we're focused on here at SHBR is reducing repair time as much as we can whilst maintaining a high quality and high standard of repairs that meets, obviously, codes and standards, but compliance. So we work closely with our insurance partners to address all those three key metrics, and we're targeting on them ourselves. And something we sort of talk about daily in our sort of daily team meetings and stand-up, so to speak, is, how can we do better? What can we do? We talk AI, talk trades, in-house trades, all that kind of stuff. What can we be doing to better those three areas? What one of those three sort of KPIs is most impactful, and we see sort of that repair time as being most impactful. And the reason for that is the claim life is directly impacted by that repair time. The longer the repair, the longer the claim stays open and the longer the build or the works go. And customer satisfaction is impacted by repair time because obviously the longer the customer is inconvenienced, doesn't have a kitchen, bathroom or whatever the damage is, the less satisfied they are. So that's why I think in our opinion, or in my opinion, repair time is key and at the top. And that contributes or can contribute positively or negatively to the claim life and customer satisfaction.
Perfect. Do you think that's the industry wide issue, or that's specifically what you're dealing with in SHBR?
I think it's industry wide. So, look, I've worked for a loss adjuster. Obviously, we work closely with the insurers. Insurance is a very small world, and we get feedback from brokers, underwriters, insurers as well. We all network, we go to events and things like that. I think it's an industry wide thing. As the industry evolves and progresses, there's higher expectation on those three key areas. So, gone are the days where, you get poor feedback and no one hears about it. It's on Google, it's on social media. Customer satisfaction is a massive thing. And life is something everyone's trying to shorten for the benefit of the whole process. The shorter the claim life, the less costs flow out, the less insurance premiums are going to go up year on year, and the happier everyone's going to be. And then in terms of repair time, that impacts both those two. You need essentially, in our opinion, the shortest amount of repair time with the highest quality of repairs. So we need to essentially restore the homes that we're working on and commercial properties back to pre-loss condition or pre-damage condition, and we want it almost to be exactly the same, if not better. So we want to make sure the customer is satisfied, the insurer is satisfied, and we want to make sure that there's going to be no issues for the customer longer term because, look, it can be a traumatic experience for the customer. I've had 3 insurance claims in my home myself over the past, we'll say, 10 years. And it's not that it's bad, so to speak, but it's an inconvenience. You've got to take time off work if you've got young children and you've got to, move to accommodation. It's a real inconvenience, and you'd rather not go through it than go through it. It's not as simple as paying your excess and getting a new kitchen or bathroom. It can cost you much more than that. We often see the cost to the customer is actually more so between sort of $4,000 and $6,000 as opposed to just paying the $1,500 excess that it's done. So we want to make that experience as positive as possible for the customer and help as much as we can.
Nice. Perfect. And the last question, where do you, or basically SHBR, wants to be in, let's say, 6 months or 12 months? Where do you see?
Yeah, definitely. So look, we started out as insurance bureau in New South Wales, and now we're in Queensland, Canberra, the Northern Territory. Over the next 6 or 12 months, we've sort of got 2 focus areas. We want to continue our national expansion, Victoria, Adelaide, WA, and be a true national business. But the other thing is we really want to be the leader in preventative maintenance in the insurance industry. So we we don't want to just do the repairs and fixing. We actually want to help prevent those claims or those damages from happening and support our insurance partners and their customers. So one thing we do as a business, every week or two, we share preventative maintenance tips on social media to help the customers that see that. But we also have I know those flexi hose, which we're working with insurers, construction businesses, facilities maintenance companies to get into homes. That way, essentially, we can save the insurance industry, that $1.2 billion a year, if not more. We can keep homes safer. And we can help educate customers and give them one less thing to worry about, right? If you can remove one thing you've got to worry about, so to speak, from an insurance perspective, and that helps lowers premiums and that kind of thing. So that's definitely something close to our heart.
Nice, perfect, man. Thanks. I think yeah, it was a fantastic discussion today.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining our podcast. That's it. Thank you. Any final words? Anything you want to share with our audience? Please, yeah, feel free.
Yeah, look, I really appreciate the opportunity. We're very passionate here at SHBR about insurance and what we do. If anyone wants to meet our managing director, he's a very passionate guy. He's very big on quality and service and what we do. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy for them to reach out directly to us, and we're happy to sort of support them and answer that.
Perfect. Thanks, Daniel. It was a great discussion. Thank you.
Thanks, yeah. Cheers.